What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Undrunken Podcast, your weekly chance to connect with me and others who have chosen to dump the drink. Let's dive in. Hey friends, it's Courtney. Today, I'm going to dive into something that I think a lot of people might really cling to, for lack of a better word. Stories of celebrities who've chosen to go alcohol free. Now, I personally find this really, really interesting. And for many folks, these stories are actually comforting. They're proof that you can still be successful and social and creative and wildly human without a drink in your hand. And honestly, the more visible sobriety becomes, especially in the public eye like Hollywood, the more normalized it gets for everyone. So today I wanted to highlight a few big names. Um, Josh Brolin, Danny Trejo, Chrissy Teigen, Dax Shepard, and Demi Lovato, all very um, publicly talked about their choices. And I want to explore what their stories say, not just about them, but about all of us who are choosing to live undrunken. So let's get into it. So let's dive into what led these folks to put the bottle down for good. I got to start with my most recent celebrity interview wish, and that's Josh Brolin. Yes, Thanos himself is sober. Josh has spoken openly about how alcohol nearly destroyed his life, especially in his 20s and 30s. He got sober after a night that ended in jail and chaos, and he's now a devoted husband and father and just an incredibly present human. He's definitely said sobriety gave him his real life back, not the one Hollywood built for him. I think he's also proof you can still be intense and badass as hell without a drink in your hand. Danny Trejo, oh my gosh, this guy, he is a legend. This guy is a legend, not just for his acting, but for his redemption. He's been sober since 1968. Yes, 68, I said. After spending time in prison and having his battles with addiction, he got clean through a 12-step recovery program, and he's been a mentor for hundreds of people in the program. Danny once said, everything good that has happened to him happened as a direct result of helping someone else. Now Danny owns a taco empire. He's written a memoir. I mean, he is the epitome of what it means to be cool as hell, to be open, tough, and sober. Chrissy Teigen. So if you don't know the name, this is John Legend's wife. Chrissy gave up alcohol after realizing it was messing with her mental health and her self-worth. She has been refreshingly candid about how hard it was to let go of the social drinking identity, especially in her high-profile world. And I think that is so important for some of us to really look at and admire, because I know that's really tough when a lot of us first dump the drink is those social settings. Chrissy's also brought attention what it's like to moderate and relapse and come back again. And she's just very human about it, and I think that's very powerful. Dax Shepard has been sober since 2004. His story is deeply layered. He's very open about his past with drugs and alcohol, and even his relapse after many years of sobriety. And he talks about it all publicly on his podcast, Armchair Expert. And he's helped normalize the ongoing nature of recovery. Um, that sobriety isn't a one and done, and I think he's proof of that. Whether you're fully sober or just sober from alcohol, it's a choice every single day, sometimes every minute. Demi Lovato. Demi's story is very complex, really raw. She's faced addiction and mental illness, public scrutiny, some identity shifts. Her journey has definitely evolved, She went through a California sober phase before recommitting to full abstinence. And she's now an advocate for mental health and honest with her conversations around relapse and recovery and healing. Um, and very public. I think it's really refreshing to just see her own that. And I can't leave out my girl, Drew Barrymore. So Drew's been in the public eye since she was a kid, and I personally always really related to her story because of how young she was. She again Hollywood since she was a kid, and with that came this early introduction to addiction and drugs, alcohol, partying, and so she really got started with rehab and recovery open or early, and she's always been very open and talked about her complicated relationship with alcohol, especially during the pandemic. She was quiet and she got sober and later chose to share her journey publicly. Um, I really like that she didn't feel the need to perform her sobriety for it to be powerful. Um, and she talks about it on her show all the time. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you've seen me share a few of her reels. I adore Drew, and I love how she said it simply. It was something I realized I was not working at my highest self. She's got this hit daytime show. She's raising her kids. She really, in my opinion, radiates just this real joy. And I love how transparent she is with her story, and I really think that it's a good reminder that change doesn't have to be loud to be real. It can be personal, and it can be just for you. So here's why I think talking about all of these celebrities and their ending their relationship with alcohol, why does this matter? Visibility creates permission. So let me say that again. Visibility creates permission. So when these people that have this power in these platforms and they're in the public and under public pressure, they say, I'm not drinking. I think it chips away at the idea that alcohol is essential for fun, successful, big life. You don't need alcohol to be connected and have a fun social life. You don't need alcohol to be creative. You don't have to be famous to inspire someone either. But seeing people we know and recognize, like Drew Barrymore, she's been E.T. That was around in the early 80s. If we see these people that we know and recognize choosing to not drink, I do think it makes it more normal and less radical in a society and a culture that propagates alcohol being so front and center in our lives. And let's be honest, some people really do need a little extra validation to take that first step. And so let me invite you to have that permission to take that first step. It's not shallow to need a little extra validation. It's human. But I'll say this too. It's also not about the who, it's about the why. And what I take away from these stories isn't just star power. It isn't just celebrities doing this. It's courage. It's ownership. It's transparency. For me, that's the part that resonates the most. So, all that, now I want to hear from you. Who's a sober celeb that you admire? Tag me on Instagram. I'm going to be posting about this. You can comment on it, but please reach out. Share your favorite sober inspiration, famous or not. Here's the thing. Your story, it matters just as much as theirs. So whether you're on day 1 or year 5, or if you're just curious, keep showing up. I will. Keep making good choices. I will. Keep choosing your undrunken life. I sure as fuck will. I'll see you next time. I'm so damn glad you joined me here today. If this episode hit home, made you laugh, or made you think, do me a solid and share it. You can tag me on Instagram at undrunkenpodcast. I love seeing who's tuning in and what resonates. And if you've got a wild, honest, or beautiful story about ditching booze, or if you just want to come on the show, or if you just want to connect, slide into my DMs or email me. Let's talk.